What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not
another damn podcast.
Presented by our damn selves.
Our damn selves.
Episode 257, take 4. I don't even know
again. Again.
Somebody does not want to get this podcast out, but we're going to talk about it anyway. So let's see what the hell happens. Talking about Elon Musk buying Twitter for $44 billion. It seems like that's when it cuts off. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but it's like we just cannot get past this story. Right. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Musk bought Twitter, as we heard earlier this week, and it sent people into a frenzy.
Both sides are going crazy. Wherever you stand on this, people definitely have opinions about this Elon Musk shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, me personally, I think people should be able to say what the hell they want. I'm pro free speech. Why part of the reason I started this damn podcast, because FCC regulates radio airwaves. They don't regulate podcasts. So I can say what I want here. No FCC.
My thing that I've always maintained, free speech. If you can dish it out, you have to be able to take it in.
Yeah,
you can't say what
shit. You should be able to say.
You can't be able to say whatever.
The consequences. You should be able to say what the hell you want.
That's just my stance on it. That's how I feel. Like, you can say whatever, but be prepared for consequences. Be prepared for clapbacks.
I mean, I grew up listening to gangster rap, so yeah, I definitely think people should be able to say what the hell they want. Listening to diss records, that's the era we come from. So I definitely say what the hell you want. I have no problem with that.
And get your dozens game up. You just can't. My thing is, if somebody says to me you don't like, don't be trying to meet them in real life. After you got into a Twitter war with somebody, you try and meet people in real life in the street. Come on now.
Talking about First Amendment and free speech. That's where you go from First Amendment to Second Amendment. We try
you a goofy if you do that.
House. That's when I show you about the Second Amendment.
I think you a goofy if you do that. If you show up at somebody's house or someone's job or whatever, hey, you said this to me on Twitter. What?
I'm trying to see something come in.
What? You a goofy for that. But
very interesting. What I tweeted about, I was it's fascinating that people on both sides are really up in arms about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I don't feel like looking again and reading it.
Big mad. People are big mad about it.
So how do you feel about it personally? Just upset or indifferent or just?
I'm indifferent because what Elon Musk does with his money doesn't affect me directly.
Exactly. I say I don't care what people in general do with their money. I really don't care what rich folks do with their money.
It doesn't affect me.
I really don't care what rich people do.
I don't work for Twitter.
I really
I don't heavily rely on Twitter. I don't get into I don't even everything on social media. It's social media. It's social media. A lot of people are tough, gangsters, rich, famous. A lot of people are you can be whatever you want to on social media. You can put on a different mask on social media.
We said, right before we started recording all of this mess, we were saying you see a highlight reel when you're on social media.
There you go.
It's not real and shit. It's
how many people in real life that we know personally have posted on their Instagrams living the good life and all that type of stuff, and then they were one paycheck away from being homeless. We know people that did that.
I met somebody that said that he was one check away from being homeless and shit. That's how he introduced himself to me. Real story and shit, yeah. So I guess it's like I said, and Elon Musk is an interesting cat because on both sides it's you would have people that on both sides that like stuff that he does.
Right.
Free speech thing is I guess that's I don't know how that
conservative
I don't know why that's a right thing is but it seems like everybody should be pro free speech, but I guess that's a right thing. That's the right is rocking with that shit. But on the left, he started Tesla, the electric
Tesla. Not people out about the gas
and all of that. So yeah, so people on the left will like the Tesla part. So
because the Stone Cutters jam went, who holds back the electric car?
We do.
Stone Cutters held it back.
Watch The Simpsons if y'all don't know who the Stone Cutters are.
Yeah. Great episode. It's called Homer the Great. That's the name of the episode. Look it up. It's on Disney Plus. Homer the Great.
I call it No Homers. That's what I call it. But episode, you want to get that joke. Hilarious.
No Homers. No, but that's my feeling about the whole
saying
thing.
A lot of dumb shit about all of this is like,
we need to be like he tried to keep it. You really that like people? Are we really like I said? Like, social media is not real. It's not real. Like, of course, like how many people, and then even I may be going a little off topic, but not really. How many people like, yeah, like, oh, I hate this motherfucker. I can't stand him. He cheats on Then Chris's photos with your matching pajamas on. Every year, like the couples that I know that are dysfunctional as hell in real life, they post happy couple pictures.
I'm over it and shit. And then the next day they posting.
Then they have a happy couple picture. Or people like they dysfunctional as hell on their every anniversary. Happy anniversary to my babe, my hubby bear, my babe.
Where they do that at?
Like I thought, like you stay. You talk about I'm leaving him. He's trifling. I'm leaving him. I'm sick of this shit. I'm leaving his ass. I'm sick of him. And then my bae. So that's why I say social media is not real. You gotta take it with a grain of salt. Even the rich people fake on social media. Everybody fakes it to a certain point on social media.
Here's the elephant in the room that a lot of people aren't admitting is like why motherfuckers are upset about this Elon Musk's Twitter. Because he says that he's not gonna censor what people say. And you know, a lot of people have been banned from Twitter. You get where you probably see where I'm going.
Yeah. We'll start with a small one. We'll start with the one. Farrakhan got banned from Twitter.
Yeah, and I saw Farrakhan. Well, I won't say that's a small one, but I know you said Farrakhan.
I'm working up. You know what I mean? I'm working up to the big one. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna start with the small. I'm gonna work with the smaller one, and then I'm gonna work up to the big one. We know who the big one is. We know who the big one is. And
I saw Farrakhan tweeting, so he's on Twitter right now. Apparently,
so we know who the big one is. So I said I'll start with Farrakhan.
Worried about that's what it is. Like let's just go there. So it's like that's where I was leaning, but since you like kicked the door down, I'm walking through that motherfucker right now. Yeah.
There you go.
Like people are like scared that Donald Trump is coming back to Twitter. That's what people are really scared
about. If he does,
but guess what? He already like Trump is a very like he has an ego. He's a very proud man. So he already said that I don't care if Elon Musk invites me back, I'm not coming back. So he already said he's not coming back. So if you're worried about Trump, guess what? He ain't coming back to Twitter. He already said this shit. Like dude is like, yeah, his ego is like he's like, yeah, I'm not fuck Twitter. I'm not coming back. You know, yeah.
Well, if he does, like, who cares? Like, who cares?
I would let mean tweets like dictate my life. Like that's right. Y'all upset over mean tweets. Like I don't get like some shithead said something mean on Twitter.
And then you clap back. Like I said, get your clap back game on. Somebody says something out of pocket to you. You said, well,
guess what? If your clap back game is not that strong, hit that block button.
Block. And if you don't have a good clap back, block.
Tumble that ass. Hit that block.
You bear that ass. Block party. If your clapback game ain't strong, just block people.
Always block folks. Block the block button is always works and shit. I've used the block button before. It definitely.
Hey, you have to block people because some people are relentless. Because
even after people, I just block them. It's like,
even after you've like proven your point and you've won the argument, like you paint the person in the corner, you know that you've won, and then they still insist on being annoying. Block them.
What? Some people are just trolls. And that's
some people are just annoying, yeah. They're just trolls.
Troll you and shit. So like, guess what? Just block those folks.
Just block them.
Okay, this dude is being annoying.
Like I'm grown. I don't have time to be. Yeah, I'm 40 years old. I don't have time to be. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just not. Like in real life, like why are you worried about people and then people you'll never meet in real life? It's like why are we so obsessed with people we're never going to meet in real life? Why?
I don't know, man. It's like,
but then again, like you said about like the thing about people talking about worried about making it a political thing. Like is social media really political? Is it? Like I didn't think social media was political, saying dumb shit. Apparently like, it is.
Saying dumb shit doesn't have a color. Like it don't have saying dumb shit is not left, right, it's not black, white, it's not male, female.
Everybody saying
dumb shit. It's like
you're just an idiot.
Everybody says dumb. So let's stop.
Idiot goes across the board.
Act like your side don't say dumb shit. Like
idiot doesn't discriminate. Yeah. Idiot does not discriminate. Anybody can be an idiot.
The right says dumb shit, or the left says dumb shit. No, everybody says
men say dumb shit. Women say dumb shit. Everybody says
everybody
dumb
says so. That's what it is. You worried about some dumb shit coming from the other side. It's like, guess what? It's dumb shit on your side too. So like everybody says, so you're gonna censor everybody if that's the case. Like, if you don't want dumb shit to be said, get ready to be censored. People say dumb shit. That's human nature. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. Shit. We got that Michael Jackson line back in there again. At least it's another one. We said that morning. Michael needs to be in this podcast. Goddamn.
We love Michael.
One of the dumbest. I'm about to go there. This might others like one of the dumbest takes I heard. You probably heard it. Like J.R. Smith was one of the people that said, "Well, when it comes to dumb shit, he's like near the top of the list."
I thought we had time out. I thought we was up.
The reason LeBron left Cleveland.
But they made a great meme.
Second time.
That's what I like on social media. The memes. Give me some good memes. Make me laugh.
One
Give
of
me
the
some
things
good
that
memes.
he I don't know if he said it or if he retweeted it, but like whatever. It's like somebody was like, I'm pretty sure Smith didn't originate this, but it's out there though. He was one of the people that retweeted it. Is like $44 billion to spend on Twitter. You can spend that to solve world hunger and shit. Like, I know you've been seeing the world hunger and shit. Like J.R. Smith is the one I saw said. I don't know who you saw said. I saw
somebody else say that world hunger. I saw somebody say that allegedly Elon Musk told the NATO or somebody allegedly that he would give money if they gave him a proposed plan about ending world hunger. And they said that they gave him the proposed plan. They said that he reneged on it and bought Twitter. That's what I saw. I'm like, is it any?
It sounds made up, but I don't know.
I'm like, is it any?
It sounds made up to me. That shit.
Like it was unsubstantiated. It was an unsubstantiated claim. That's what I think it was.
Fuck people's head up right now. It's like, yeah, 44 billion. Elon Musk. Here we go. Let's hit it. You know what you're looking at right now, kid? You're aware of what you're looking at. It's the U.S. debt clock.
It's the national debt clock. That's what we owe.
See how fast that goes. Like it keeps going up and up each second and shit. Yeah, 30
trillion. $30 trillion we're in the deficit.
You spending 30 trillion on shit is like, yeah, you can't solve all the world's problems, but like 44 billion is going to solve it. Look at like the budget deficit 2 trillion and shit. Yeah, federal spending 6 trillion. Like this is how your fucking government spends its money and shit. And this is across the board. This is not red and blue either. Like both sides. Like no matter who's in the White House, like this is gonna be out of control. Like this, this fucking spending right here and shit.
What did they call it on Schoolhouse Rock? Tyrannosaurus dead, I think is what they called it.
Yeah.
I think Schoolhouse Rock. That was like the 70s when that was done. That was like the 70s.
It was in the billions back then. Maybe
I have to look back and see where it was. Because for context purposes, it's like when they show like the number, like when they did the one was showing the kid how to budget, he was only getting $7.50 a week for allowance. We know now that would be nothing in 2022, but you have to adjust your mind, like, okay, this is the 70s. But yeah. Damn it. It was Tyrannosaurus debt that they showed, and I was watching it like, yeah. I was like, yeah, this is our deficit, yeah.
Which is why
I was watching with me. I was like, yeah.
A lot of people say that like tax the rich, but with the government spending like that, they don't need any more money. Like,
and the rich are just find another loophole.
The rich always they gonna get out of that. They know the rules and shit. Yeah,
it's a lot of, like I said, like I know a little bit, like Marcus's accounts. Like I know a little, but I mean, when he was showing me like tax codes, and I'm like, huh? You can write this. You could do this. He was showing me all the stuff that people
imagine what somebody like Elon Musk pays his accountant. So you know what his accountant knows all of that shit.
Exactly.
Shit.
Marcus was showing me some of that stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, you can. He's like, yeah. He was like, that's the tax. He said this. Yeah, that's the so and so. That's a so and so write. That's a this. That's a that. That's what he was explaining to me. I'm like, damn, people can write off. Like, yeah, that's a write off. That's a write off. That's a write off. I'm like, what? Because I didn't know.
corporate tax is way less than the income tax.
Mm-hmm.
Why most of these billionaires they don't have an income. Like or
Mm-hmm.
they don't have like income tax because like most of their money is like in stocks and like other
stocks.
shit.
It's
They don't get
it's
it.
not.
Yeah.
It's in assets. Like it's not like
not
actual money, like liquid money.
With somebody, they're not paying this in income tax, because they're not getting an income. Like all they shit is buried in assets and shit. That's
Like real estate is a big one.
Real estate. You start a business and shit. Stock markets is like crypto is like all of this shit you could put money
and
in.
If you do take a salary,
less than income,
it's been these people, these CEOs that pay themselves $50,000 a year. So like now that's a regular ass salary, $50,000. That's regular ass money.
That's median income is like 40.
Right, that's regular ass money.
Like slightly above the median income. It's like basically technically your income is like middle America.
It's like, yes, I'm a CEO of this Fortune 500 company, but I make $50,000 a year.
But you got billions in like assets. That's the thing.
There you go.
Therefore your tax rate is going to be way lower. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. That's
how the code. Like that, it's a code.
They get to pay them income tax because they don't pay income. Mm-hmm. They don't get income. They have it in assets. But that's how that works. But
and unfortunately, if you're in the middle, you're going to be the one who's going to get hit. Mm-hmm. Middle gets hit every time.
But when you raise in taxes, that's when you hurt the middle class.
Middle is again because the poor don't know.
The poor don't pay no taxes really. It's like
they don't.
Zero or very little. It's like if you broke, and then if you're on top, it's like the corporate loopholes.
You know the loopholes.
So like the middle class is like when you raise your tax rates and all of that.
Stuck in the middle. Another Michael Jackson line.
You're a vegetable. God damn it.
I hate you.
You're stuck in the middle and you're a vegetable. That's what it is. Because all that debt is killing you. So you're a vegetable. You're stuck in the middle. You're a vegetable.
Stuck in the middle, yeah. But I mean,
I never vote to give the government a raise because so you get that spending under control that I just showed.
Spending needs to get out of control.
You get that under control, like you don't need no more money and shit from me or anybody else.
And then people do need to be paid a living wage. I believe people do need to be paid a living because like there's no way in hell that like the federal minimum wage is still $7.25 for federal.
Most places pay more than that.
Obviously, most places do pay more, and then even cities. Big city like Chicago
is more for like rural Mississippi.
Yeah, like Chicago is like I think $12 an hour now, or are they about to go to 15?
Going to 15 next year, so like.
But they're 12 now. Chicago is 12.
Chicago is 15. We just round up.
Yeah, it's about to go to 15.
AB already said like by next year it's gonna be 15.
Yeah, it's gonna be 15.
It's incremental. They've been raising it each year, like since he's been in office. Yeah. So.
But like it should still not be $7.25 across the board. Like it was $7.25 like in the 80s probably, and it's still $7.25.
Maybe
in the 90s rather. I say the 90s.
Before inflation. When
the
I
90s.
Working, definitely $7.25.
That's right, because when I started working,
would have been good money for me. Like when my first job, I'd have been a come up.
It's been at least 20 years since it's been. I was
making like $4.25 when I started working.
I was making $5.45 when I started minimum wage.
Oh, that's on $7.25. I'd have been like back then.
Make it rain. Oh god. This Warriors game is good as hell. Okay.
Well, let's shift and talk NBA then.
So I just looked up. I got the TV on the background. It's on mute.
I see you watching the doo-doo-doo. Before we get to that Warriors Memphis game, it's like let's give a round of applause to our Chicago Bulls. You know they stunk in the last 3 games of the playoffs. It's like they fought in the first 2 at least. It's like they stunk in those last.
Well, the first one, both teams looked horrible in the first game. Both teams were not. Both teams were
and shit. Yeah. Second one, Bulls.
Second game, the Bulls were in control. The Bulls were in control of game 2. Right. They controlled that game from the beginning.
3, 4, and 5. Boom, 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 boom.
They just didn't have enough in the tank. They didn't have enough in the tank.
Especially
but the positive thing that came out of it,
like 30 in game 4, which is the worst playoff loss in Bulls history.
Yeah, the worst playoff loss in Bulls history.
Yeah, game 4.
But the positive thing that came out of games 4 and games 5 is we saw P-Dub. We saw him emerge. P-Dub had good games in 4 and 5. So that's a positive thing that we can build
White
on.
Good in both of those games, especially game 5. Kobe White played well too. So like P-Dub and Kobe White, we saw life out of those.
But you want to build off of that. Because Patrick Williams is only 20 years old. He's still very young. He's only 20. And he was like, his comparison was Kawhi Leonard. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be Kawhi Leonard, but they got that. He's the paw. They call Patrick with the paw.
Oh, it's like Kawhi is the claw. Yes. Yeah, so
the claw, he's the paw. So, but I mean, our Bulls, they went from being 11 and sucking really bad, negative, winning only 30 games, if that many. They were horrible last year.
This year, a couple of years ago, they lost like 60 games. I think last year it might have been like 30. They
won like 30 games. I think
more games,
barely 30. But then they won like 46 games this season. They didn't have to play in. They were a solid number 6. They did not have to play in. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I mean, that's an improvement. Rome wasn't built in a day. So the Bulls, I think that it is work that needs to be done. Like, don't become complacent. Like, I'm not saying like, making the playoffs is good enough. No. Okay, first step, make it back into the playoffs. You did. Now, next step, how do we go deep into the playoffs? What do we need to do to go deep? What pieces do we need around us? What do we need to upgrade to make ourselves go deep? And that's what they need to focus on, is what they need to do. I think that they need a stronger big.
Yeah, because Vooch ain't it. Like, I think
they need a stronger big, somebody who's defensive minded, who's a rim protector, who plays some defense. Because realistically, you got Zach and DeMar. Do we really need too much scoring? These guys were both averaging damn near 30 at one point.
We'll rewind that. Let's go. Let
me rewind.
We just said something before we get to the fucking upgrade the big. Like, re-sign Zach LaVine.
Okay, yeah, I skipped ahead. My bad. I skipped ahead. I did skip ahead a little bit.
That's the number one priority should be bringing Zach LaVine.
And then my thing is Zach. I think Zach is trying to get 212. I think that's a little high, because especially it's like he's had injury. He had his playoff run wasn't that strong. I'd say between 180 and 190. Between 180 and 190. Zach is definitely worth between 180 and 190. And I would think that he would walk away from that, because who would give him more than that? Like, what team would give him more than that?
I'm pulling up to see what teams can sign Zach LaVine outright and see like where the Bulls stand with that. Yeah, because the Bulls obviously have first dibs because they can go over the cap. That's just like
right.
The current team, like they get first dibs.
I'd say between 180 and 190. That wouldn't be an insult to him. I don't think that would be a low ball offer to him. And he has endorsement already. He got Mountain Dew endorsements, because I've been seeing his Mountain Dew commercials. He does have Mountain Dew. He probably has some other endorsements I just don't know about. But I say between 180 and 190.
There's a bunch of lottery teams. It's like, because it's the Spurs. I don't think he would go there. Like, Spurs are never they never a team that, like, they don't get the good free agents. The Spurs is one. I'm trying to get all of them out there. Yeah. Team salary cap.
And upgrade our bench, because like we need some consistent bench scoring, because our bench is like last place for scoring. I think our bench is or damn near last.
A lot of times,
if they're not dead last, they're 29.
A lot of that bench, because like outside of Kobe White, like we don't have a lot of scoring on this bench. It's
not
a lot. Yeah, he's the one guy that really like was consistent with scoring. Is like so he's a little inefficient at times, but at least like
he's. Like
he tries to put the ball in the basket.
I'm not comparing. No way am I comparing him to this person, because obviously he's one of the 75 greatest, but he's a little irrational, like Russell Westbrook. I'm not saying he's like, but his irrational, like, because sometimes like Kobe White, he'll pull the trigger on. I'm like, why did you take that shot? Like he'll do like the ill-advised 3. I'm like, why did you do that? Why? Like, he's a little bit of like, okay, I'm gonna shoot. It's like, no, you don't need to shoot. You need to get a good shot. And then I think Ayo is definitely a diamond in the rough. Like, Ayo is definitely going to be a special player, I feel. But the other guys,
I don't know what kind of scorer Io is, but I definitely like his hustle, his defense, all of that. Yeah. I don't know if he's a pure scorer. The verdict's still out on that right now with Io, but definitely like I wouldn't mind if he turned into like a Patrick Beverly type player. Like, yeah, like Io could bring you that energy like that. Like I would
And then he's Chicago too, so yeah.
That's why
it would be our Chicago. That would be our Chi-Town guy. Yep.
Yeah. Orlando has cap space. They're rebuilding. The Pistons, they got cap space. The Pacers got cap space. The Spurs got cap space. The Blazers, I don't know if you would go there either, because there you create another
Portland
situation, and it's Portland. It's like
Portland.
Is Dame, was Zach really an upgrade of what Dame and CJ were? Is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that really?
No, they both need the ball. Both of them need the ball.
Yeah, but those are the teams that have cap space that could sign him outright. And Portland is still a little close. Like, they would have to dump somebody.
And why do people keep on trying to say, no, he's going to go to the Lakers? He's not going to the Lakers. How did the Lakers get him? They don't have the money.
For Westbrook, like, how would you'd have to sign and trade? And why would in Chicago would they want Westbrook? Like, at this point, like,
no.
Why would you?
No.
Like, yeah.
No.
Why would you do that? And Zach, like, does he fix the Lakers' problems? Like,
no.
It'd be like just putting Zach in fucking the Westbrook spot is like, they still not good enough to like compete in the West.
They're
like,
trash.
You need depth. It's like, you got LeBron and AD. You need to just build around those guys, like,
right
around them.
And let's be real. You got LeBron maybe 2, maybe 3 more years. LeBron's getting long in the tooth. I'm not being funny. LeBron basically is trying to stay to play with Bronny. We know where it is.
Said like he wants to play.
LeBron wants to play with his kid.
Yeah.
So LeBron got another 2 to 3 years left.
Mm-hmm. And
he's long in the tooth. He'll be 40 by then. So
out of all of those teams, I think the Bulls like are stand ahead of them. Like, I got read off the teams with cap space.
Like I said, like, just don't give him this going on. Because don't give him the 212, but don't insult the man. Don't be like, here's 160. That'd be a slap in the face to him. 160 would be a slap in the face for him.
So Detroit, Indiana, Orlando, San Antonio, and maybe Portland. So it's like 4 maybe.
We know San Antonio and Portland are off.
Yeah.
Definitely. Whatchamacallit got, like, they got some young pieces. Detroit does have some young pieces. They do. Cade Cunningham, yeah.
Got Grant, like they that's an interesting situation in Detroit. Does Zach fit with that team? I gotta look see who's playing shooting guard on that team. I gotta check and see. I don't know if Zach fits with them. I gotta see.
In Orlando, like I said, people go to Florida for Tampa now. What's going on with Florida now? The Disney World stuff now.
It's a mess, right?
Right, because that's why people go, like, honestly, why people go to Florida and Texas, because of the taxes. There's no state taxes in Florida or Texas. That's why people would go to either one of those.
Orlando and San Antonio would have the advantage because
taxes. Like we said earlier, like, we ain't new at this. Like, people like the taxes. Like, for somebody who's a millionaire not paying state taxes,
that's a lot of money. That's serious dollars.
That's like, a lot of money.
Taxes for millionaires, like, that's serious money.
Right. Like for us, not so much, but for them,
like, yeah, $400. Like, but that's serious money for those guys. But like I said, like Zach said, he wants to resign, but until he actually puts pen to paper, I'm gonna be.
And then whatchamacallit is his agent, Rich Paul is his agent, so.
Yeah, Rich Paul is he's part of Clutch Sports. He's part of that.
Yeah, he's he knows how to get some deals. Like, he does. He knows how to get some deals.
Rich, definitely.
But I trust Acme. Mm-hmm. They're not guarding Pax. I trust Acme to make the right decision. And also the Bulls, I would like to see a 3-and-D. If we can get a 3-and-D to help us spread the floor. Mm-hmm. That would be amazing. I don't know who's available that's a 3-and-D. I don't know, but Acme can pull some rabbit side hats. Like,
Bulls have their pick this year, so like maybe they find somebody in the draft. Bulls pick 18th like this year.
Yeah. Maybe. And what Feats and I were talking about, we were saying that the thing that remains possible, that's what we were saying, that bigs are always found later in draft. Like, Clint Capella was later in the draft. You can find a quality big
Pascal Siakam. 27th in his draft.
Siakam, yeah, Pascal Siakam. You can find people like that, like a Clint Capella or a Pascal Siakam. You can find people like that later in the draft.
And I feel good about that. The Bulls do have a pick this year.
Yeah.
Like, they traded away so many picks, like for Vooch and for DeRozan, but like
And DeRozan,
we have their
but they
pick,
do have a pick.
2022 pick. They got it. It's number 18.
So it should be something decent. They can get someone decent.
I gotta check. No, I don't watch NCAA, so I gotta see what's going on with who's out there.
They were saying somebody from Illinois is out there.
I gotta check.
I forgot the guy's name, but they were saying because they were saying that he wasn't going to come back to Illinois next year. That he's looking at going to the draft.
He Iowa State, or was he there when it was? Did he?
I think he was there with Iowa. I think he may have been there.
I don't know if he's a freshman or if he was there. If he's there, if he's not a freshman, then he was there with Iowa, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, because I think that he would have like one more year this year, like going next year would be like his last year. I want to say
1 year, something like that. So he Iowa's former teammate then.
So I have to look and see who this Illinois guy is. But
let's check the bracket. We down.
Yes, bracket time. And then there were 4 on each side.
Yep.
Yeah.
This will be the Elite Eight if it was
It's the Elite Eight.
If it was NCAA action, which I don't fuck the NCAA, but if it was NCAA, this would be Elite Eight action where we at right
Elite Eight.
Just gonna pull it up on my iPad because I don't feel like looking at computers acting crazy right now. I'm not touching that motherfucker. Okay, start East or West? Let's start East since we like here.
Yeah, we start East.
Let's talk about the games that are going on. Like East already had Milwaukee and Boston. Milwaukee beat the shit out of them boys. I didn't expect.
Yeah. I didn't either, because like Boston was looking like they were giving the best of them at first, and then after they took that time out in the first quarter, then the Bucks like the Bucks. I don't know what Mike said to them in the huddle, but he rallied his team together because they was looking sloppy at first. They were looking sloppy, but then Mike called that timeout, and then they pulled it together. But them Celtics are scrappy as hell. Like Marcus Smart.
Yeah, they very.
That Marcus Smart, he's a little scrappy.
Becoming a star like right before our eyes. Like we started.
Yeah, Tatum is
coming like.
And Brown, Brown,
he's a good Robin to Tatum. Man.
He's a good anchor.
Yeah, he's a good second option. Then they got vets like Al Horford's on the team.
Yeah, Al Horford. He just knows how to play.
Daniel Tice, a guy I liked in Chicago.
That's what I want. I wish we could have kept Tice. That's what I was.
Who I never wanted Chicago to like.
I didn't want to get rid of him either. Yeah.
He's with Boston. They good. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, Boston's good, but I don't expect them to. I expect them to come out and even the series for game 2. I think they should.
They got no choice but to redeem.
I think they are. I think they are going to even the series
against this Bucks team.
This potentially could go. This is probably going to go 6, maybe even 7 games. Because this is to watch. I think this is a series to watch. This is going to be the closest one as far as like all the matchups. I think this is going to be the closest matchup. Mm-hmm. Although this Warriors Grizz game is.
Yeah, let's
keep East. Let's keep East.
Watch game 6 with Memphis and Minnesota. Did you watch it?
I went to sleep. I was tired. I went to sleep.
Ooh.
Because I was gonna watch it, and then like my body was like, nah, I had a long week. I had a really long week. So I was tired by Friday.
Minnesota, like they were firing on all cylinders. Looked like we were gonna force a game 7. And then they just collapsed and shit. Yeah, like to me, I think Minnesota lost the game more than Memphis beat them. It's like they just collapsed in the fourth quarter.
Well, they're still young.
That's why I like the series. Those 2 young teams.
Yeah, they're still young. So
Minnesota and Memphis, like 2 of the youngest teams in the league. Like that's the future of the NBA right there. Like those.
And I like Cat. I do. I like Cat.
And Edwards. They got a squad. Yeah. They got a squad and Patrick Beverly. No, I got to take shots at Beverly just because. But yeah, but Memphis and Golden State. It might be something.
That might be a 6-game series.
Might be something.
Might be
the Warriors still take it, but
I do too.
Who knows? It's like with Memphis.
I just can't bet against Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. It's hard to bet against Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. It's just hard against that dynamic duo. It's hard to bet against them. It's hard.
Okay.
Sorry, Ja. I mean, Ja Morant, he's dope as hell, but it's like
you're not Steph Curry.
you got Clay and Steph and Draymond. That's a three-headed monster right there. It's like it's hard to go against that. They've been together for so long, so they're in sync. Like they know.
Like Poole been balling. Is like you got
Poole been balling out.
Wiggins, he can like come alive at times. It's like
Wiggins, yeah, like he can deliver when he needs to.
Yeah, he's a good role player. That's the thing with Wiggins. Like, he can't be a top guy, but like he's perfect for a team like the Warriors because he don't have. He's like the fifth or sixth option on that team. It's like,
if he comes in fifth, sixth, seventh, hey,
Wiggins, like that's fine with him. It's like like. He said, I don't gotta be the go-to guy. I just gotta get mine. It's just like that, which is the perfect spot for me. Just get mine. Get yours. Like, MC Reed and Tupac. Yeah. Get yours. Well, we're just gonna go in a circle then. I'm going on let's go to Phoenix, Dallas. I think Phoenix takes it. That's gonna be
Phoenix is gonna take it.
Yeah.
Phoenix in like 5, I think.
Okay. Ooh, okay. The gentleman's sweep. I see you.
Because Luka is Luka, but I mean, Chris Paul want this ring. Chris Paul want this ring. So like
Chris Paul definitely is like, he's ready. If you don't get
him go perfect in the other game.
Huh?
Chris Paul went 14 for 14.
Yeah,
in the closeout game. He went perfect.
I saw that.
He had a perfect game. So I think Chris Paul is really like, I'm getting this ring.
That since Wilt Chamberlain. I think they said that's how long ago. The last person that was Wilt Chamberlain to go.
Chris is trying to get this ring, so I think possibly in 5. It might get to 6, but I think more so in 5. The Sixers and
I'm about to say the last series that just got interesting because
Embiid is out.
He's injured, orbital bone injury, which is I know he was playing with the
finger.
He said, I'm gonna play through that, but like this one, like you gotta sit. It's like
yeah.
It's like
I saw when he went down, and I was like,
lesson protocol too, and it is like I compare it to like something that happened with Chicago 10 years ago around this time, which ironically was against Philadelphia, like with Derrick Rose, had his knee 10 years ago.
Holding on to his knee and down.
Same thing.
The phrase that we know, holding on to his knee and down.
I'm the fun. I won't say funny, but like they were just who was on that Philadelphia team that was just talking about that. I saw Vooch was like talking because like Vooch was on. He was like a rookie back then.
Oh, he was on that team.
Very young Vooch, and he was talking about I'll never forget that moment. Yeah.
Oh wow, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Vucevic was on that Sixers. I think he was a rookie then. Like he was like he was like I was there when it happened. Yeah. I think I'd never forget that moment. Yeah.
We were like this. Like everybody, we just we stopped dead in our tracks. And we was like
the whole United Center, you could hear a pin dropping that place.
You could cut the tension with a knife. It was so tempting. It was tense in there.
I just posted a memory of that on this, which ironically was a Thursday, so it's a throwback Thursday. It's like like this moment changed Chicago sports forever. Which it did is like because that team like possibly could have won a championship.
Yeah, that team was.
And then after the injury, Rose, even now he's not the same player.
He's not the same.
He missed most of this season with injury with the Knicks. It's like so he's still battling injuries.
Okay. Golden State is up 1. Let's see what happens.
Actually, we're doing this in real time, baby.
Real time is 6.7 seconds left in the fourth. Golden State 117, Memphis 116.
We gotta know who won this game by the end of the podcast then, like because like it was
it's only 6 seconds left.
We have a final score for that one.
And they're trying to get the inbound. Oh, Golden State has the ball. They're trying to trap him. They to Clay and they're trying to trap him.
Phoenix, Dallas, and Miami and Philadelphia, they play their game one tomorrow.
Yeah, they play theirs tomorrow. Miami without Embiid, 5. Miami and 5 without Embiid. Because somebody was like, because like when I did my prediction on the NBA Facebook fan page or whatever, people was like, no, Philly going all the way. I'm like, no Embiid. And they're like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah, you gotta watch your board. Watch your board.
Going back to what I was going, like comparing
watch your board.
The rules thing is like Philly was up by like 30. Why was Embiid even in that game? That was like, and I get that Doc Rivers, like him and Tibbs, they come from the same, like
they two sides of the same coin.
So
they two sides of the same
for the Tom Thibodeau in that is like why was Embiid even in that game?
Right, if you up by 30. They missed a free throw.
Mm-hmm.
And Phil and Memphis knocked it out 4.8.
Tie game, or what's the score?
1 point game.
Philly or Golden State?
Golden State.
Okay. Is it time? Is it? Oh, we'll come back to it when it's over. Yeah, but what was I saying? With Embiid, it is like he was in the game. You saw in the game 5 with the Bulls and the Bucks. Like the Bucks pretty much dominated the game from the beginning. They were about almost 30 at one point.
Yeah, they were. And then at one point the Bulls did cut it. It did show.
Fourth quarter, the Bulls made a little run. Yeah, they cut it to like less. It was like maybe 15, like less than 20.
Well, earlier in the second quarter, they cut it to 9 points. They cut it to 9 in the second.
Yeah, I'm talking about specifically.
And then it went back up, and then later in the fourth quarter, then they cut it to
like near the end of
15, maybe 12, 15, something like that.
But guess what? Milwaukee never put Giannis back in. He sat the whole fourth quarter.
They said we're going to trust our bench, and that's what you do. You got to trust your bench.
You got to trust Crazy Eyes and all of those guys, like Crazy Eyes and like whoever else was and Grayson Allen. Trust them to get it done.
Know my feelings about Grayson Allen.
But like the Bucks never. They said like if we're gonna go all the way, we're gonna need Giannis. So like we're not putting him back in. Like we let them make their run, but we're not gonna put Giannis.
Because they already down Middleton because. Like Middleton is out this series.
He probably doesn't even come back until after the Boston session. If
they make it, if they advance,
he won't be back until at least the conference finals. Like
right,
he advances. Mm-hmm.
And then if they advance there, they definitely are going to need Middleton because more than likely they're going to play the Heat, and they are going to need him to beat the Heat. They are going to need Middleton to beat the Heat.
Okay. Game over yet, kid?
They took a timeout.
Until that game is over. Like I don't want to.
It's 3.6 seconds left, but in basketball time, that could be about 10 minutes. I mean, I'm exaggerating.
It's like the 2-minute warning in football. It's like a half hour later, it's still 2
Why is it 20 minutes? So 2 minutes is 20 minutes in football.
You get to the 2-minute warning, and then the game is still going on a half hour later, pretty much.
Right. I went, I started cooking dinner, and it was still on.
Mom used to say that when she walk in, we watching football, she'll leave, come back a half hour. Hey, I thought it was 2 minutes. It was like, yeah, that was a 2-minute one, but they just stopped the clock about 10 times since then. It's like,
because I was like, why is it still on?
Yeah.
Because I went in the kitchen, I started cooking, and I came back, and then Marcus was still watching the game. I'm like, why is it still on?
Especially close game and shit. Like, yeah, if it was a blowout, then the 2 minutes won't be that long.
Oh, yeah, it goes by fast.
Close game, though, yeah, that shit's going to drag on for like a half hour.
But we know who has it. Memphis got the ball. Yeah, Memphis got the ball. So we know who it's going to.
It's a number 12. You know who it's going to.
We know who it's going to.
Number 12. Like, so watch those other guys like Dylan Brooks and them, because like he could be a decoy. Like,
yeah.
It's like
we know who it's going to.
But yeah, like watch those other guys in case more.
And he's preparing to inbound in the backcourt because Morant's in the backcourt.
He's fast. He can get it all the way back. Yeah,
he can get it back.
He's fast. He's a young guy. He's 22. He's very.
Missed it. Game over. Warriors by 1.
Let's take it. Yeah.
Yeah, because Morant did, like, he was in the back, and then like they inbounded it in the front court, and then he ran up real quick, and then he ran and got the ball, and he tried to drive the lane, and he tried to get a layup.
Playoff action from Oz and Naeem.
Yeah, he tried to get a layup, but then he fell short. Like it was like, boop, it fell short to the rim. So
the veterans beat the young guys. Like
that's why I said I just can't like Memphis is scrappy and they good, but I can't like Clay, Draymond, and
Steph. Guys been to the mountaintop. They're like, yeah, it's like, yeah. And they ready to
when you play that long with somebody, Like they don't even have to like when Steph is going, like, okay, Clay is going to be right here in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna pass it. I'm not going to even look. Like
This is the first time in years these three have been healthy too now. So yeah,
right.
You know they were excited to go back. It's like
I can't bet against that.
To get back, it's like
no matter how good, because I had before the lineups got official, I had Memphis potentially going to the conference finals, but now they have to play Golden State. It's like,
we talked about these brackets were set. Yeah.
I was like, Yep. So the vets take it. That was exciting. Watching real time. I did not even on real time sports.
To Golden State and to Milwaukee.
Yep.
Possibly your NBA finals.
Right? So upsets on both. Like finally we got some upsets.
Yeah. Possibly your NBA finals right there.
Because we saw no upsets, like all the top 4 teams made it on both conferences, and it was no game 7. So that's what I liked about it. No game 7s. Yeah. It was only one sweep, so that was good.
Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets.
We ain't get swept though. Like, why you talking? All you people talking Brooklyn 6? Brooklyn 6. Because so many people Brooklyn 6. How'd that work out? Chicago, we ain't get swept.
Well, not really New York, because New York, like Knicks fans are the worst. But like a lot of Knicks fans became de facto Nets fans because making this year. So some Knicks fans are rooting for the Nets. So
I saw Spike Lee. I'm like, why are you here, Spike? Spike was in the building.
Like DJ Envy, like he's a Knicks fan. He was rooting for the Nets this year, like that. So like a lot of y'all Knicks fans became de facto Nets fans this year. Right. They still lost. So yeah. So I laugh either way. It's like. But Bulls lost 2, but at least Bulls won 1. Like, Bulls ain't
won. And we lost the champs, like they're defending champion. And Giannis is the MVP.
The best player in the league, it's safe to say.
And he's the best player in the league.
LeBron didn't make the playoffs. KD got swept. I think it's safe to say Giannis is the best player in the league.
That's who we lost against.
I feel very confident saying that now. Like Giannis is the best player.
Right, that's who we lost against. So
there it is.
There it is.
Well, let's move on and now again. Talk about a little something right here. You heard the lineup came out for Lollapalooza.
I saw.
We'll bring it up right now.
I saw it today, actually. I did. Like I looked on my phone.
July 28th through the 31st. Grant Park, Chicago, of course. First night looks like fire. First night looks fire. Jasmine Sullivan's interesting. Metallica, I would check out Metallica. Like as like I grew up in that era, like with the metal bands and shit. I would definitely if I go, I'm definitely gonna watch Metallica set if I go. Like I went when Paul McCartney was there. I watched his set. Yeah, because a lot of times I don't watch the rock sets. Like but I said I gotta see. I got just to say I saw Paul McCartney live. I went and watched this set.
Yeah,
I would definitely check out
Paul McCartney. I mean, he's a legend. So you guys.
I went and watched his.
Yeah.
Little Baby, I've never seen. That would be fun. Let me see like some of the smaller ones on here because like. People don't really go down this far on it. Right. The headliners, they don't read none of these. But you find like names down here, like, oh, so-and-so's performing. Like, yeah. So nothing the first night that jumps out at me. Second night will be the night I would skip. Like Coi Leray, I like, but Tinashe is there. Okay, yeah. I would probably skip this night. It's
I would skip that. Yeah.
I'm not trying to see MGK like in Megan Fox or whatever.
You don't want to see them drink each other's blood.
Yeah, I'm not gonna see. I don't want to see blood drinking in person.
Like Angelina and Billy Bob already did that, so
Billy Bob.
They did that like 20 years ago.
Yeah, Friday is probably the weakest night, I would say. Corday, I like. Okay, yeah, like that's.
Oh yeah, I like that song with Corday.
He's that's Naomi Osaki's guy. In case you wanted.
Okay, that's who it is. Okay,
that's It's funny how you call it. That's like you gotta explain like this. Naomi Osaki's guy. Not like he's his own person in his own right. Yeah, Naomi Osaki's guy. But Corday, I like. Saturday looks fire. J. Cole. Yeah. YG, I like. Yeah, Saturday looks fire. Let me see like what we got down here. Let me see. Looking at some of the smaller names. Sometimes you find gems down here that you might not know.
Yeah, I don't know any of them after that.
I don't know this, but yeah. Cole, Sean, YG. I've seen all three of them live before, but why not see them again? All three. Because like Cole, I saw at Lollapalooza some years back. Sean, I actually brought Big Sean on stage at Power 92's 10-year anniversary.
I remember that.
Yeah, I brought him. And then YG was at Kendrick Lamar's Damn Show. I saw him there. He was one of the openers.
Oh, the one, what's his name? Blast or whatever.
Blast, I like Blast.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it up for you, boss. Fuck it up for you, bust wide open. It's
I like that song.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that one.
One day you got Doja.
That's what I would want to see.
Let
me be Doja. A woman.
Killa Rari, I know. Charlie XCX, I know. Let's see who we got.
I knew about a little bit of Green Day when I was in high school because like that was popular.
Okay, Green Day is
Green Day was popular when I was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Erica Banks, I know her. Yeah.
Bust It.
Yeah,
Bust It. Yeah.
So
I would want to see Doja Cat. That's who I would want to see. Doja. Let me be a woman.
So I haven't been to Lollapalooza in years because I sat out last year. I was gonna go. I was like, it's still right out of the pandemic. I was like,
right out of COVID, yeah.
I wasn't feeling it. I said I'll sit it out. Which, according to Dr. Fauci, we may or may not be out of this shit. So he wants to walk the fence on this shit. Where he said, like, well, yeah, we're out of the pandemic phase, and I guess he got flamed and shit. Or like them people told him, like, they sat him down in that room and shit. They sat his ass down. He said, yeah, well, we're not really out of it, but yeah, like, are we out of it? Or are we not? They sat Fauci's ass down and said, hey, like, you're going to go out there and tell them that, yeah, we still.
Tell these people.
But what else you got, kid? I might talk about Fauci's ass since I don't know if we got anything else. We might pull my notes. We might talk about his fucking ass. Yeah. I got a local. Well, we stay local. You got what you got?
You can go local real quick.
Whole Foods in Inglewood's closing.
I was just about to say that, yeah.
Local, yeah. So yeah, we're on the same page with that. Yeah.
They said one in Lincoln Park is supposed to be closing too. In Lincoln Park.
Okay. So Whole Foods just are they losing money? Like, what's up with Whole Foods?
They were saying what they explained about the
shops there. I don't think the company ain't they owned by Amazon. They
owned by Amazon. Bezos, yeah.
No money. Yeah, they owned by Amazon. So
well, what they were saying about the Inglewood area, they were saying that the demographic there, they were saying Whole Foods is whole paychecks there. It really is whole paychecks. Like, that's always been the running joke that Whole Foods is whole paychecks because it's so expensive to go to Whole Foods. But if you go in a neighborhood like Inglewood,
you definitely
it's
struggle to shop there.
You're going to struggle, but the downside now is like if you take away a store like Whole Foods, who has the good produce, the good meat, all that type of stuff.
That area is kind of a food desert.
It's kind of a food desert. It is.
Without Whole Foods, that makes it even more of a food desert over there.
Like it's an Aldi right there down the street. It is an Aldi right there down the street.
Something like that, yeah.
And Aldi has flipped lately because Aldi
they've been upgrading all the Aldi.
They upgraded. So and like Aldi sells a lot of organic stuff now. They do. Aldi sells a lot of organic products.
Aldi is not the stock up store anymore. They got some good shit at Aldi. They're not just a warehouse.
And they have good sales too. Like they have like those the aisle with like the last minute stuff or little dealies. Like somebody bought an elliptical from my Aldi.
Okay.
Like yeah, like dead ass. They bought an elliptical.
Deal.
Yeah. You can get like I've seen like computer desks, like when it's gearing towards back to school for your college kid, you can get a computer desk, like shit like that.
Air conditioning.
Aldi came up.
Yeah, like people buy. I've seen that. Like now it's around that time when you want to get an air conditioner. I've seen air conditioners.
Yeah, I've seen air conditioners at Aldi. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aldi done came up. You can get you some your digs there. Oh, as we call it, your digs. You can get you some of your digs at Aldi. Or Chicagoans, Aldi's, as they say, some Chicagoans.
Inglewood Whole Foods was definitely in their own world and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a DJ. It was like there was sort
Yeah,
of
wine tasting.
it's like it's like are we at the club, bro? Is this my shopping or my clubbing? It's like
Whole club.
I definitely felt like I was at the club.
The thing that I like that they had, because like I was doing a training over in the area, and then I was going to Whole Food for lunch, and on Tuesday they had the Taco Tuesday, so you could get you like you get you 3 tacos for like I think was it like $5 or $6? It was either $5 or $6 for like 3 tacos. So that was a nice little deal. You get you lunch for that's cheap. That's a cheap lunch. So I was like, hey, I got my Taco Tuesday on. Like, okay, you know where I'm going. But I mean,
word on the Lincoln Park store, you don't know, just the Inglewood.
I just saw in the article, they said that they don't know when these stores are even closing, but I saw in the article about Inglewood, because of course, people, the first thing they're like, well, they're just taking it because it's on the south side, and it was like, well, they're actually closing a location in Lincoln Park too. And I saw that in the article that they were closing a Lincoln Park location. So I mean, I don't know why they would close a Lincoln Park, because I mean, obviously Lincoln Park they have a lot. They're affluent in Lincoln Park. We could just say that.
That's the type of neighborhood that you would open a Whole Foods in. So
it's Lincoln Park.
I gotta investigate that more. But
yeah,
but for all the Inglewoodites. I got Inglewood ties. I went to Kennedy King College, like heart of Inglewood. So yeah. Feel bad that the Whole Foods is closing, but
yeah, I mean, because it's like, and I'm sure that some people who work there like walk to work. They live in the neighborhood, so it's like you had your job right there. You could just walk to work. You don't have to like, it's right there.
Maybe somebody else will open up another store in there.
I hope so, because they're gonna need it's a good location. It's 63rd and Halsted. Yeah, it's a good location. So,
not too far from the Dan Ryan.
The Green Line's right there too.
Line lets you
Green, Halsted bus, So it's like, you got transportation, but hopefully they don't become a food desert, like we said, because there's so many food deserts in certain areas of the city, and everybody should have access to good quality food, fresh quality foods, not prepackaged or canned stuff. Everybody should have access to fresh fruits and vegetables and meats. Everyone should.
What else you got, kid?
Just a quick thing. People getting up in arms, circling back about getting worked up all over the internet. People getting up in arms about Kevin Samuels' take on married women, unmarried women.
Shit is like whatever he said about.
Well, you say you're leftovers or whatever. If you're unmarried,
undateable, whatever the hell he said.
He called you. He said leftovers. I think that's what the word he used. But my thing is, are we really hanging on like this is the internet? Like he's been divorced twice? I think, right?
Yeah, 2 times divorced. Yeah,
2-time divorce, and he's well over 50. Just saying. And I'm not saying that. And then before you try to come at me, I'm not saying that quantity is better than quality, because there's people who've been married 50 years and you've been unhappy 45 of those 50 years. That's not what I'm talking about.
Them incels are coming, man.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Kevin Samuels fans are almost as bad as the Beehive. So
I call them the Samuelettes. That's what I call them, the Samuelettes. Maybe on 10.
I call them them incels.
I call them the Samuelettes, because it's like you hanging on his every word, but it's like he's been divorced twice. He's in his 50s. Like we don't know how long. Like, what's your longest successful relationship? Like have you been in a relationship more than 4 years? Has it been successful? Like these are questions you need to be asking.
I'm still waiting on that versus for Kevin Samuels versus Umar Johnson. And on that note, I think we should wrap.
Anybody who follows either one of those guys is a fool. So I'm just saying, you hang on to every word. You know what I mean? Like a broken clock is right twice a day. It is true. Like some of them, like they do say some things on point. They will give a point like, okay, I agree with that. But then a lot of people be like, huh? What? You hanging on every word? Nah, you a fool.
Let's just wrap this thing up.
Yes.
Not another damn podcast, episode 257. You like my What's Good shirt? I'm trying to get these out. That's what I was working on this weekend, learning certain things. So I'm
gonna get mine a medium.
Yeah. We're gonna have podcast with the logo. I'm working on that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, get my medium size because I'm in between.
Like what we're doing, give us a like. Let's get that What's Good in there.
Bring back.
Yeah. Also subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. Talk about Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What's good, Ms. Tasha? Always repping with the podcast. Also hitting us up on your Amazon Alexa devices, YouTube as well. And you can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how to get at me.
You can check me out at MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SER8GULOEY1 on Twitter, SER8GULOEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
There it is. I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
Gone.